Time for Chapter 1 of the Undead Campaign. Trudging through the ashes. Sounds like a fun and really happy way to start off things. The Lich King's plaque of undeath has spread through the capital city and into the outskirts of Lordaeron. Shocked and disheartened by the loss of their beloved king, the forces of Lordaeron were scattered by the ravenous undead warriors. Now Lordaeron is but a shadow of its former glory, and Prince Arthas has yet to be seen.
What trickery is this? Mal'Ganis! I don't know how you survived, but
Calm yourself, Prince Arthas. I am Tichondrius. Like Mal'Ganis, I am a Dreadlord. But I am not your enemy. In truth, I've come to congratulate you.
Congratulate me?
By killing your own father and delivering this land to the Scourge, you have passed your first test. The Lich King is pleased with your enthusiasm.
Yes. I've damned everyone and everything I've ever loved in his name. And I still feel no remorse, no shame, no pity.
The rune blade that you carry was forged by the Lich King and empowered to steal souls. Yours was the first one it claimed.
Then I'll make do without one. What is the Lich King's will?
The cult of the damned must be rallied once again. Many of the acolytes have been in hiding amongst the populace. Once you've rallied them, I will give you further instructions.
What is it?
So, if you enjoyed Arthas being a dick to everybody, I have good news for you. We get to do that more. We get 10 more missions of doing that. And so, if you enjoyed Arthas being super powerful, I have bad news for you. Arthas is now level 1 again. And he's in fact actually a whole lot weaker. He is no longer a... What am I supposed to do? I'm just walking near him.
Our master, Kel'Thuzad, told us that you would come.
Kel'Thuzad? How could he have known it?
Be wary. If the townsfolk see your undead minions, they'll call the local guards to stop you.
Frostmourne hungers.
Word. So this is a sneaking around mission. Anyway,
Last.
Arthas is now no longer the super tank that he was in the first few games. He is now a spellcaster hero. And
Prince Arthas.
we should not be fighting this dude. But I guess we don't really have a choice now. Okay, we'll use our Death Coil ability, which is sort of like the opposite of the healing ability that we had last time, where it's super powerful against living units, but I do believe it also heals our undead friends. Yep.
What is it?
So it's basically the exact inverse. Okay, we need to do a couple of things where we do things like just go ahead and nuke this guy so we can sneak up on... Well, we don't really sneak it up. But we just go up to the red guys and we just pretend like we're in Metal Gear Solid or whatever.
Frostmourne
Healing
hungers.
and just sneak up to them and be like, "Hey, you wanna join the undead?" And then they're like, "Sure, that sounds great." But if we go up to people who aren't so cool with us, then things don't work out too well in our favor. I've used a lot of the Death Coil mana. I should be able to just kill this guy before he alerts anybody. Yep.
This is
All right.
like it. Seek out the local graveyards. Those buried there will serve you well.
At last.
Well, that pretty much speaks for itself.
What needs revealed?
And this doesn't quite speak for itself.
I go
Shades.
unseen.
They're invisible. They are useful
All
for
shall be
tracking the
revealed.
movement of enemy troops. Yeah, whatever.
I go unseen.
Anyway, they are
All
invisible
shall be revealed.
and just kind of reveal the map.
I'll
They're
look
like little
into it.
observer units. They can also see other invisible
go unseen.
things, but we're not going to really run
I'll
into any of
look
those
into
for a very long time.
I go unseen.
So these guys just kind of patrol in a little
see.
circle around here,
I'll look
and
into
that's a
it.
knight, and he's going to hurt us quite
All
badly.
shall be
So we're going to avoid running into him
I
as
go
much as
unseen.
possible.
No one orders me around.
But right now, I do believe the
My
footmen are going to
sight is
be in this
yours.
corner, and they're going to be running up very shortly.
Be revealed.
So we're going to let them go ahead and do that, and then swoop over here to this lumber mill, kill the peasant, and recruit our red dude back into our super fun mega cult.
Frostmourne.
And oh, there's two of them. That's fine. And there's one now. And now there's just that guy. Okay, acolytes in hiding.
Only to serve.
Oh, the ghouls are able to collect the lumber on these trees, so they were able to. Uh-oh. We are really close to the town guard position. Okay, they're not gonna attack us. So, might as well talk about the ghouls real quick while these guys wasting time. They are the basic melee units, and as you can see, they are in bad need of braces. They also are the units that collect lumber. We'll see that more when we get into the actual building section of the Undead campaigns, which I guess is going to be the next level. I don't think we're going to be doing a whole lot of building in this one, since this is more of a special type of scenario rather than a true RTS mission. I'm going to send this shade ahead just to make sure that we don't see... Yeah, okay, there's no shenanigans going on here. Just a couple of easy targets to kill. And... Uh-oh. Don't get away. Don't get away. There we are.
At last.
Okay.
I shall be.
This should... Okay, we'll kill the horse. Make sure the horse isn't up to any shenanigans. There we are. Perfect.
I bow to your.
So how many of these acolytes do we actually need to rescue? 20 of them. Well, we are not really... Well, I assume that as the maps... as we get close to the map's end, we'll see a whole bunch more acolytes kind of back to back to back. I think that we probably get some sort of reward. Nah, we wouldn't get a reward for killing the knight. That's dumb. I don't even know why I thought of something like that. But you know what we can do is sneak over here, because we're not going to go ahead and go through this scout tower. Gotta make sure. Okay, I don't see the magic eye on top of that local populace tower. So I don't believe that it's going to be able to see the shade, but we're going to send the shade through the side path anyway. And unfortunately, we don't have any cardboard boxes that we can hide under to be sneaky. But that's okay. Arthas has giant swords and stuff, and I think that you... Oh, hey there. Hey there, bro. Okay. Sneaking around, trying to be a little... Oh, this is pretty funny.
I go unseen.
And there we are. So it's Tyler versus Robert. If you've seen the movie Fight Club, you would probably get that reference. If you haven't seen the movie Fight Club, then, well, it's a reference to the movie Fight Club. I'm not going to go ahead and explain that. It's going to take way, way, way too long, and it has very little to do with this video game.
What is it now?
But, you know, it does have a lot to do with this video game. Killing villagers. Gonna make sure we kill a whole bunch of them. Use our nukes to make it even easier. Uh-oh. We're kind of in trouble there, but we got kind of lucky.
This is more like.
Let's tuck in over here really quick. Put on hold position so we don't have to worry about our bros running off and getting into fights. And scout around a little bit with the shade. Okay, there's an acolyte in hiding in plain sight over there. And I think that we deal with this knight who's just patrolling up and down. There's an acolyte in hiding over here. There's a bunch of kiddos. I don't believe I've seen any graveyards yet. No, we didn't pass any down here. Okay, so that's not...
No one
we're not gonna
around.
be dealing with any graveyards until probably a little bit later over here. What we do need to be thinking about is, let's kill these two. We'll run past them a little bit. Uh-oh. Come on, come on. Yeah, hit him with the sword. Let's definitely make sure that we do not fight this knight. Mostly just by waiting a little bit. There we are. Stick up over to these houses, and we should be good to go. And here is our first graveyard. Perfect. We cannot read any of these names, but I assume that...
I'm in luck. These graves were dug recently. Arise, in the name of the Lich King.
Thank you, Arthas. I was going to make a stupid joke. That was a very, very easy side quest.
What is it now?
Okay.
Frostmourne.
Right, ghouls are also
Please
cannibals.
revealing.
They can...
All shall
When-
be
when-
revealed.
That's kind of like a big theme with the
Let's
undead,
see.
is that they can do lots of cool stuff with corpses, which
I'll
really
look into
shouldn't
it.
really come to a surprise to anybody.
All
But
shall be revealed.
they can do things like raise skeletons,
lightly.
which I saw a lot of, well, you saw it too, in the... okay. What do we do over here? Anyway, we saw lots of liches raising skeletons, but
I'll look into
we don't
it.
have any liches now to demonstrate that
I go
ability.
unseen.
You can also do a couple of other
I'll
things.
look into it.
Like, you can use the ghouls'
All
cannibalize
shall be
ability to make
revealed.
them recover health, and we can also load
I'll
them up
look into
onto the
Let's see.
meat wagons, the little siege units, if you
All
remember
shall
those,
be
the
revealed.
catapults. Those were actually chucking dead bodies. I don't know if I
I'll
ever
look
pointed that
into
out,
it.
but that was kind of their MO. So what's going to happen is we're going to charge
No one
this
noticed me around.
town hall. All of these peasants are going to
At
become
last.
hostile towards us. Oh,
Frostmourne.
never mind. Bandits. Okay.
At
Well,
last.
the bandits are going to be pretty helpful, but the militia appears to be prioritizing me, which probably isn't the dumbest idea. We're going to go ahead and learn the Unholy Aura, which has some really, really, really nice niceties to it. For one,
Frostmourne hungers.
I don't really know why I bothered to heal that skeleton. For one, it makes you move faster,
What is it?
and it also increases your HP regen for all of your units very, very, very slowly. At first, it becomes a little bit better as we move on. I see no reason to kill this building, so we're not going to any
I
further.
live only to serve.
And I believe that we also had an acolyte over
Frostmourne
here
hungers.
in a happy little shed, which is about to become significantly worse. I like how this guy
Frostmourne
was clearly
hungers.
living some sort of
No
normal
one
life.
noticed me
I
around.
He had like a wife,
only to
What is
serve.
it?
but instead he gets to
at
become an
last.
undead acolyte with us
This is
and
more
leave
like
behind his wife. Little narrative
Frostmourne
touch, I guess.
hungers.
I've actually never noticed that before, but I think that that's actually a very intentional thing that they were throwing in there. Oh well, let's kill this assassin. As you can see, he's poisoning all of our units. He's being
For the
a
Lich
total jerk about that.
This is
But hopefully the Unholy Aura will do a little bit to mitigate that. You'll also notice that the AI was
at
pretty
last.
intelligent there because it attacked
Frostmourne
each of
hungers.
my
life for
units individually and didn't really focus on one, but just kind of focused on the whole group and kept changing its target, meaning that it poisoned everybody.
Finally.
There is a unit that we have not seen
is more
yet,
like it.
and a race that we haven't seen yet,
at
where that's
last.
actually a really good idea
This
to just
is
do
more
that in
like
general. I don't know if I'll be able to do that sort of stuff, but who knows. The point is, the AI is better than I am. But the AI also can't kill little children as well as I can. So, you know, I got that going for me.
Frostmourne hungers.
I don't see... Okay, there's a guy there. Let's get the shade in position. We're gonna go ahead and kill this gate, and then we'll move the shade through the gate and scope the little stitch out before we see...
What is it now?
Uh-oh. That got a little bit interesting. Hello, footman.
My sight is yours.
We're gonna scope out before... Uh-oh. Skeleton, run away. Okay, quit interrupting my train of thoughts here, skeletons. Okay, we're gonna send the shade through... Not skeletons, footmen. We're gonna send the shade
I'll
through
look into it.
and look for... There's an acolyte in
My
hiding
sight is
who
yours.
appears to be undead, which
I
you'd think
go
that his
unseen.
friends would notice, but
I'll
maybe
look
he's really,
into it.
really, really good at hiding.
All shall be revealed.
Okay, we have some local
see.
prostitutes there, and this guy
shall
who's
be
also
your
pretending to be a
eyes.
prostitute, and this guy who does not have to pretend
I'll
to be a
look
prostitute.
into it.
Looks
Let's
like
see.
this is just kind of a big circular
All
area,
shall be
but
revealed.
where is the
I go
super
unseen.
annoying thing that's going to wind up being
I'll
a
look
complete
into
pain to
it.
deal with? There they are! I
I
knew
go
they'd show up sooner or
unseen.
later.
Speak,
Okay,
fool.
might as well pick up this potion of healing,
Frostmourne
because
hungers.
why not?
Finally.
We have a million of them. This is an interesting
Frostmourne
situation.
hungers.
First, we're gonna kill this group, or at least attempt to, and this is about to get a whole lot worse. Okay,
Burn in hell.
Hey, that's not very nice. We can go ahead and let Arthas tank this knight's damage because he has a million potions of healing, and we're just gonna let them clutter up the inventory otherwise, so might as well let Arthas get whacked a little bit.
I bow this is your light.
I think that we will probably run into the footmen now. Yep, I did not really look before I left there, but you know what?
Finally.
It's not a big deal. Just hit them with the nuke and move on. Okay,
Finally.
we'll kill these ladies because
This is
I don't really think there's a whole lot of footmen left to
I'll
roll.
make sure you suffer.
Well, at least there was one. And at least the skeletons soaking up the damage. Skeletons have 1 armor. Ghouls have 0 armor. Yeah, that's what I assumed. I think that the skeletons are a little bit tougher in general. But hey, you. A little bit tougher than the ghouls. They seem to be taking a little bit less damage in general whenever they get hitted.
Stand ready.
Alright.
Kill them all!
Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting that at all to happen. Okay, this ghoul is taking a lot of damage, so we will move him. And this... I can't tell who's getting hurt anymore. Arthas is taking the captain. And this ghoul is taking the other hits. We will heal this ghoul. And that should kill that guy. Perfect. Pop one of the potions of healing. And yes, here we are. There's 4 left, and that pretty much does the entire remainder of this level. No, there are... Okay. Okay, yeah, it went through. I just wanted to point out that this prop, I guess it didn't really render very well. That's weird. It's pure...
Mercy, my lord.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and see, because it looks really interesting.
I bow
The
It looks like for some reason there are more acolytes. Oh, okay. There we are. Cool. It's a big church. It's a big, really cool-looking church. As you can tell, I am just kind of messing around at the moment because we've already pretty much gotten out all the acolytes. The second Arthas gets over here, we're gonna win the mission. And this knight who basically gave up the chase on the biggest terrorist to currently reside in the entire country appears to have decided that he has better things to do. So, well, let's just kill all these children. No, all the children.
Well done, Death Knight. The cult is nearly assembled.
Lordaeron lies in ashes. What good are these cultists to us now?
They will aid you in your next undertaking.
And what's that?
You will go to Underhall and recover the remains of the Acolyte's former master, the necromancer, Kel'Thuzad.
Well, Kel'Thuzad is a super evil dude, and I will tell you all about that guy in the next mission, and of course over the next couple missions after that, because that's going to be a big plot line. At any rate, that was the first of many, many dickeries committed by Arthas. New, sexy, undead Arthas. Alright, bye. Great song.